Hi, my name is Kelly Kester, and I'm going to be presenting a slideshow. This slideshow is intended for parents of either elementary or even middle school families. So, bullying prevention is the social issue that I chose. So, I think it's important to understand the definition of bullying. Bullying is the deliberate antagonistic action or creation of a situation with the intent of inflicting emotional, physical, or psychological distress. The behavior must be unwanted, severe, and or pervasive. We're going to go into that a little bit more in the next couple of slides. Oops. The types of bullying. So the 4 different types of bullying that I'm going to recognize today are verbal bullying, which is name calling, teasing, making threats, gossiping; nonverbal bullying, which is posturing, staring, stalking, threatening gestures, or destroying property; physical bullying, which includes hitting, pushing, shoving, spitting, or tripping; and social bullying, which is isolating, rejecting, extorting, or manipulating friendships. And this is what I was saying earlier when I was going to touch on the definition of bullying a little bit more. It's a widely used term, and sometimes it can be confused with teasing. So let me explain kind of the difference between the two. I think that's important for parents to really understand the difference between teasing and bullying. Neither are kind, but the difference between the two so that we can address the situation properly. So again, the definition of bullying is the unwanted behavior and has the intention and or outcome of inflicting harm. The key point is that there is no desire to become friends. So that's the bullying component. It's that the person bullying has no intention of repairing the relationship. And then teasing can be hurtful, but there is no intent to harm the relationship, and there is desire to preserve the relationship. So I think it's just important for kids to understand when a kid is teasing versus when there's actual bullying going on. Again, neither are okay, especially in the school setting. I know that that's just not acceptable in any school, but it's important for parents to help their kids understand the difference between the two. So, what are the effects of bullying? Lots of implications to bullying. And this is why I think schools take this so seriously, because it can be very harmful and damaging. So discipline problems, academic failure, truancy, substance abuse, suicide or suicide ideation, or retaliation and or other violence. So it's something that trickles into other just massive issues. So these are the implications to bullying. And then what parents should do if their child is being targeted. So if you know your child's being a target of being bullied, here are some suggestions of what to do. Encourage your child to share the problem. Listen objectively. Be objective and get the facts. Immediately contact the school and ask for assistance. Praise and encourage your child. Document the incidences. Don't assume who is at fault and who is to blame. Don't confront the bully. Don't encourage aggression as a response. Be a good role model and don't ignore the problem. So a lot of these are very obvious, but some of them they're easy to do and they make good sense. Just be a good listener, report the problem, model kindness and good behavior. And I think sometimes that naturally just rubs off on the child. So these are some of the suggestions for if your child does come home with stories of being bullied. Why don't kids ask for help? So a lot of times, especially in the middle school, when there's a bullying problem, kids ignore it and they let it fester and they let it build, and it's just becomes a huge problem. So statistics from the 2008-2009 school crime supplement showed that an adult was notified only 1/3 of bullying cases. So kind of sad. And I don't know the age of this study that found this information, but really sad that 2/3 of children at a school didn't feel comfortable enough to tell an adult of the bullying situation. So why, you ask? They fear being seen as weak or a tattletale. That's huge. Fear of backlash. Bullying can be humiliating and the victim may not want an adult to know. Kids who are bullied may already feel isolated, so they may feel like no one else cares or will understand. Kids may fear being rejected by their peers. So it's just a multitude of reasons that kids might not tell an adult, but I think it's important that they feel safe to tell somebody of any bullying that they're experiencing. What can your child do if they're being bullied? They can be strong, do not show anger or fear, avoid situations where people are bullying, get involved or join clubs, report this to your school principal, counselor, or teacher, do not fight back physically, and document it. So again, kind of obvious things, but I think we really need to reiterate that it's something that needs to be addressed, documented, and not something that they should experience daily. It's just unfair. So other interventions start conversations about bullying with questions like these. So if you know your kiddo is being bullied, or if they've expressed that they were, here are some good questions that you can ask your child that are objective, and hopefully with an honest response, you can really kind of understand where they're coming from. So here are some suggestions. What does bullying mean to you? Describe what kids who bully are like, and why do you think these people bully? Who are the adults you trust most when it comes to things like this? Have you ever felt scared to go to school because you were afraid of bullying? What do you think parents can do to stop bullying? Have you or your friends ever left someone out on purpose? Do you think that was bullying? What do you do when you see bullying going on? How do you feel when you see other kids being bullied? Have you ever helped someone who was being bullied? What happened? So I think when you ask questions like these, it helps kind of trigger a deeper response when you're asking like feeling questions, and helping them like reflect if they've ever seen or been in a situation where a friend was being bullied, or they maybe left somebody out of a situation. These are just good questions to ask your child if you know that there's some bullying going on at the school. What else can I do? You can stay connected with the school, go to the school events, meet your child's teachers, counselors, and other staff, share phone numbers with other parents, encourage kids to do what they love. They can build confidence in other friendships, model how to respect kindness and respect. Model how to be respectful and kind. Kids learn from adult actions, like we talked about earlier, and keep lines of communication open. Here are my references. I use stopbullying.gov and Prevent Suicide at LA, the County Office of Education.edu. Okay, that's it.